Welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel, where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change and explore the fascinating world of rare coins. If you're a collector, a history enthusiast, or just someone curious about the surprising value of everyday coins, you're in for a real treat today. In this video, we're diving deep into the story behind the 2014 Queen Elizabeth II 10-pence coin, specifically, the elusive version with no mint mark. This coin, often overlooked in circulation, has recently captured the attention of collectors across the globe. Some examples are now commanding significant premiums in the marketplace. So, what makes this coin special? How rare is it really? And how much is it worth in 2025? Let's find out. To understand the value of the 2014 no mint mark 10-pence coin, we first need to look at the broader history of the 10-pence coin in the United Kingdom. The 10-pence, or 10p coin, was first introduced in 1968 as part of the decimalisation of the British currency system. It replaced the old florin and was initially a large, cupronickel coin. Over the years, the coin underwent various design and specification changes, including a notable size reduction in 1992. However, the obverse of the coin, featuring the reigning monarch, has remained a consistent symbol of British coinage. In 2014, the 10-pence featured the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This design had been in use since 1998 and shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The reverse of the standard circulation coin at that time was part of the Royal Shield design by Matthew Dent, a modern reimagining of Britain's national arms. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. Most 2014 10p coins were minted at the Royal Mint's facility in Llantrisant, Wales, and typically carry no mint mark, as is standard for UK circulation coins. However, certain 2014 10p coins, specifically those found in brilliant uncirculated sets or in other unusual conditions, have drawn attention due to striking anomalies or differences in finish that suggest limited mintages or production errors. It's important to clarify that UK coins almost never carry a visible mint mark in the same way that US coins do. Instead, identifying information often lies in the finish, die characteristics, or packaging for collector sets. The so-called no mint mark 2014 10-pence coin refers to a very specific type of coin, either a brilliant uncirculated piece that slipped into circulation by accident or a coin with distinct minting irregularities that differentiate it from its common counterparts. In some cases, collectors have discovered what appear to be satin or proof-like versions in regular change, a highly unusual occurrence. These are believed to originate from mishandled or mispackaged collector's sets or from transitional dies used during production changes. While this might sound technical, what really matters is this: these coins are rare, and their unexpected appearance in circulation makes them highly sought after by numismatists. As with all rare coins, the value of the 2014 no mint mark 10-pence coin is driven by three main factors: rarity, condition, and demand. Firstly, rarity. Although the Royal Mint has not released an exact mintage figure for the no mint mark variant or potential anomalies from this year, estimates from dealers and collectors suggest that only a small number of these coins are known to exist in mint or near mint condition. This low population has created significant buzz among serious collectors. Secondly, condition plays a critical role. Coins that have never been in circulation, known as brilliant uncirculated or proof coins, can command a much higher price than their circulated counterparts. However, even circulated examples of the 2014 no mint mark coin can be valuable, especially if they exhibit unusual luster, clean fields, or sharp detail. Thirdly, demand. Over the past 5 years, demand for British decimal coins, especially low mintage or error coins, has skyrocketed. This is due in part to online marketplaces, educational content, and the general public becoming more aware of the hidden gems in their loose change. Now for the big question: what is the current value of the 2014 no mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 10-pence coin in 2025, as of mid-2025? Verified examples of this coin in brilliant uncirculated condition have been sold privately and at auction for anywhere between £50 and £150, depending on grading and provenance. Coins that have been professionally graded by third-party services such as NGC or PCGS and receive a high grade, such as MS 66 or above, can fetch even higher prices. Circulated examples, while not as valuable, are still worth well above face value. Depending on the specific characteristics, they may trade for £10 to £30 or more. Coins with clear errors, such as doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual finishes, have been known to command even higher premiums. In comparison to standard 10p coins of the same year, which are still only worth their face value, the no mint mark or error versions are significantly more valuable. This reinforces the importance of paying attention to detail when checking your change. So, how can you tell if you have one of these potentially valuable coins? Start by examining the finish. A typical circulation 10p coin has a duller, more worn look. A coin with an unusually bright or satin-like finish may be a clue. Look for clear details in the queen's portrait, smooth fields, and an unusually sharp edge. Use a magnifying glass or a digital microscope to check for die marks, doubling, or planchet irregularities. If you believe you have a special version of the 2014 10p coin, consider having it professionally graded. Reputable services such as the Numismatic Guarantee Company or the Professional Coin Grading Service can authenticate and encapsulate your coin, preserving its value and helping you get top dollar if you choose to sell. As with any collectible, the market for coins can fluctuate, but the 2014 no mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 10p coin has established itself as a rising star in the world of modern British numismatics. Its low availability, connection to the late Queen, and growing awareness among collectors make it a potential treasure hiding in plain sight. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting out, it pays to stay informed, handle your coins with care, and always be on the lookout for unique pieces. Keep your change, inspect it closely, and you just might find a coin that's worth far more than 10p. We're diving deep into one of the most intriguing modern British coins, the 1992 no mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 10p coin. Is it truly rare? Why is it so sought after? And how much is it actually worth in 2025? Make sure you stay till the end of this video because we're breaking down its origin, rarity, collector demand, and current market value, and whether you might be holding a small fortune without even realizing it. To understand the significance of the 1992 no mint mark 10p coin, we have to go back to the early 1990s. The 10p coin had undergone significant changes in the previous decade. Originally introduced in 1968 as part of the decimalization of British currency, the 10p coin featured a crowned lion, known as the part of the crest of England, and was struck in cupronickel with a relatively large diameter of 28.5 mm. However, by the early 1990s, there were plans to make UK coinage more compact and efficient. This led to the reduction in size of the 10p coin, which officially occurred in 1992. The new version had a smaller diameter of 24.5 mm but retained the same reverse design by Christopher Ironside, as well as the obverse portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael Maklauf. Now, here's where the mystery begins. In 1992, the Royal Mint produced both the old large size and new small size 10p coins for a short overlapping period. Coins minted for circulation during this year typically carry no visible mint mark, especially those struck in the United Kingdom. However, there's a distinction when it comes to proof coins or coins struck for specific sets and other countries, but among the standard circulation coins, a small subset of the 1992 small-sized 10p coins have garnered enormous interest among collectors due to their unusual characteristics, particularly the absence of a mint mark under conditions where one might be expected. Most British coins are minted without an explicit mint mark. However, when coins are produced for use in overseas territories, commemorative sets, or for collector purposes, distinguishing features or mint marks may appear, what makes the 1992 no-mint mark small-size 10p coin stand out is its transitional rarity. Numismatists have confirmed that 1992 was a transitional year for the 10 pence coin, a shift from the larger to the smaller format. Coins minted in that year include both versions, but only the small-sized version went into circulation after September 30, 1992. Theoretically, all circulating 10p coins minted after that date should be of the smaller size and bear no mint mark. However, what sets the rare variants apart are die anomalies, planchet inconsistencies, or even striking errors that may have gone unnoticed during production. These rare versions of the 1992 small 10p coin with no mint mark are often found in pristine condition or with slight variations that suggest they may have been produced during a very brief trial period or as part of a test strike. Some collectors believe these coins were never intended for full circulation, and thus, surviving examples are extremely limited. These nuances are what make the 1992 no-mint mark 10p coin so compelling and valuable to collectors today. The coin's rarity stems from both mintage numbers and survivability. Although official Royal Mint figures list the number of 1992 10 pence coins produced, the breakdown between large and small versions is not always fully detailed. This lack of clarity has only fueled speculation. Estimates suggest that the number of small-size 1992 10p coins without any distinguishing mint mark and in pristine or near uncirculated condition could be fewer than a few thousand, if not significantly less. Furthermore, very few were saved at the time of release, since public attention was not yet focused on decimal-era coin variations. Today, collectors are scouring their old change jars and inherited coin collections in search of this elusive piece. In the last decade, interest in British decimal coinage, especially coins from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, has surged. With the Queen's passing in 2022 and the transition to King Charles III coinage, collectors are seeking complete Elizabeth II sets, which include rare transitional coins like the 1992 no-mint mark 10 pence. Now, the question you've been waiting for: how much is this coin worth in today's market? As of mid-2025, the value of a verified, small-sized 1992 Queen Elizabeth II 10 pence coin with no mint mark and in excellent condition can range anywhere from £150 to £500 depending on condition, provenance, and grading. Coins graded by professional services like NGC or PCGS with an MS, mint state, rating above 65 have sold for £600 or more, particularly when accompanied by certification or clear proof of rarity. Even ungraded examples that are clearly in uncirculated condition can fetch over £200 from serious collectors. Online marketplaces, auction houses, and coin forums show consistent demand, and prices have steadily climbed over the past 5 years. It's worth noting that many listings claim to have the rare 1992 no-mint mark coin, but be cautious. Not all of them are genuinely rare examples. Authenticity and condition are everything in the world of numismatics. If you think you might have one of these coins, it's worth comparing its size, weight, and design to standard references, and ideally having it professionally appraised or graded. So, should you go digging through your old coin jars? Absolutely. The 1992 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 10 pence coin is one of the most exciting modern decimal finds in the UK, and it shows that even coins minted within our lifetime can turn out to be valuable. Here are a few tips for collectors. Always handle potential rare coins by the edges to preserve their condition. Use a precise scale and caliper to check diameter and weight against official specifications. Invest in a magnifying glass or loupe to examine fine details that may help distinguish your coin from a regular issue. Consider submitting your coin for professional grading to authenticate and maximize its market value. As interest in Queen Elizabeth II-era coinage continues to grow, especially posthumously, coins like the 1992 no-mint mark 10p are only likely to increase in value. Thanks for watching today's video on the rare and mysterious 1992 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 10 pence coin. The 2010 Queen Elizabeth II 5 pence coin without a mint mark. It may seem small in size, but this little coin has stirred up a huge amount of interest among collectors in recent years. So whether you're a seasoned numismatist, a hobbyist, or just someone who found this coin in your spare change, stick around. You might be holding on to a surprisingly valuable piece of British numismatic history. The 5-pence coin has been a part of British currency since 1968, introduced as part of the decimalisation of the UK monetary system. The early 5-pence pieces were larger, but in 1990 the size was reduced to what we now refer to as the small 5-pence coin. These smaller coins featured Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and a crown thistle on the reverse, a design symbolic of Scotland, and representative of unity in the United Kingdom. By 2008, the Royal Mint introduced new reverse designs to refresh the coinage series. The new reverse for the 5-pence featured a segment of the Royal Shield, a design that continued into 2010. However, it's the 2010 edition that has caused a stir, specifically those coins that appear to have no visible mint mark. Now let's dig into the mystery. Normally, 5-pence coins minted for circulation in the UK are produced by the Royal Mint and do not carry any mint mark, as is standard practice in the United Kingdom. However, the 2010 5-pence with no mint mark refers to a specific subset of coins that were not officially released into general circulation, but are believed to have originated from uncirculated sets or packaging errors. Some coin enthusiasts argue that the absence of a mint mark on certain 2010 dated 5-pence coins, found outside collector sets, might indicate a minting anomaly or possibly an accidental release. This has created a niche but passionate market among modern coin error collectors, although the Royal Mint has not publicly acknowledged any widespread error regarding the 2010 5-pence coins. Anecdotal discoveries of such coins in circulation, or in rolls from banks and post offices, have added to their intrigue. Let's talk rarity. To be clear, the standard 2010 5-pence coin is not rare in itself. Millions were minted. However, what makes a specific coin valuable is not just its date but its condition, origin, and sometimes, minting errors or anomalies. If you possess a 2010 5-pence that was found outside an official Royal Mint set and it shows unusual features, such as missing detailing, abnormal strike, or the controversial absence of a mint mark, then you might have something special. Some collectors have reported finding coins that were noticeably different in tone, metal composition, or strike quality, all factors that can impact a coin's perceived rarity and value. The rarity of a no-mint mark 2010 5-pence remains unconfirmed in official records. However, the limited number of verified and graded examples has led to increased interest. Coins that have been authenticated by trusted numismatic grading services like NGC or PCGS and are accompanied by provenance or collector documentation are seeing greater attention. Now to the big question: how much is a 2010 no-mint mark 5-pence worth in 2025? Let's look at the current market. As of mid-2025, circulated 2010 5-pence coins without any confirmed error or unique trait typically trade for their face value, 5-pence. However, those with suspected anomalies, especially coins confirmed by grading services, have seen prices ranging between £5 and £50, depending on condition and demand. On online auction platforms like eBay, verified no-mint mark coins, or those described with high-resolution imagery and strong seller reputation, have sold for as high as £75 to £120, particularly when the listing included third-party grading or compelling backstory, uncirculated versions of the 2010 5-pence from Royal Mint. BU sets are usually valued between £1 and £3, unless the packaging itself shows errors or the coin appears unique in composition. If a coin is proven to be a genuine mint error, such as a misstrike, off-metal strike, or planchet issue, the value could jump substantially, sometimes reaching £200 or more, especially if backed by professional certification. If you believe you have a 2010 5-pence without a mint mark or with unusual characteristics, here's what you should do: inspect the coin. Closely use a magnifying glass or coin loupe to examine the coin. Look for die cracks, metal anomalies, or inconsistencies in the lettering and border. Compare with a standard 2010 5-pence. Place your coin side by side with a known 2010 5-pence from an official mint set. Look for differences in luster, metal tone, or design sharpness. Consult with a numismatist. Reach out to a coin dealer, collector's forum, or a local coin show. Reputable experts can provide insights before you invest in grading. Consider professional grading. If you believe your coin may be a rare variant or error, consider sending it to a service like NGC or PCGS. Professional encapsulation protects the coin and boosts its market appeal. So, should you sell your 2010 5-pence coin now, or hold on to it? If your coin has been professionally graded and shows a legitimate mint anomaly, now might be a good time to capitalize on collector interest. Modern British-era coins are gaining traction, especially among younger numismatists who are turning to digital marketplaces for their collections. However, if your coin is unverified and you're unsure of its significance, consider holding on to it. As more research emerges and the numismatic community uncovers new details about modern minting irregularities, the coin's historical importance, and its value, may increase over time. The 2013 Queen Elizabeth II 5-pence coin, one with no mint mark, a tiny coin with a surprisingly big story. Is this coin common or is it a rare gem? What is its current value in 2025? And what's behind the mysterious absence of a mint mark? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and whether you might be holding onto something truly valuable. The 5-pence coin, introduced in the UK in 1968, replaced the shilling as part of the decimalisation of British currency. It has since become a staple in British coinage, but its designs and minting standards have evolved significantly over the years. In 1990, the Royal Mint reduced the size of the 5-pence coin to the smaller version we know today. Over the next 2 decades, various designs and mint marks were introduced to signify different production years and mints. But it wasn't until 2013 that something seemingly unremarkable caught the eye of collectors, a standard-looking 5-pence coin that lacked a mint mark. Now, let's talk specifically about the 2013 5-pence coin with Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, the front of the coin, featuring the famous portrait by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, used from 1998 to 2015, was the 4th definitive portrait of Her Majesty on UK coinage. What sets the 2013 edition apart for collectors is the absence of a mint mark. Typically, a mint mark identifies the minting location or special issue. However, the standard circulation 5-pence coins from 2013, struck by the Royal Mint, did not include a mint mark. This wasn't an error, but its limited mintage and the overall demand for coins of that year make it particularly sought after today. According to official records, approximately 200 million 5-pence coins were minted in 2013. That might sound like a lot, but when it comes to coin collecting, it's the smaller surviving population in good condition, especially in uncirculated or proof state, that determines true value. Several factors influence the value of any coin, and the 2013 no mint mark 5-pence coin is no exception. First, let's consider condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state or proof. The closer your coin is to a mint state or uncirculated condition, the more valuable it becomes. Second, rarity within the mintage is crucial. While the mintage itself isn't extraordinarily low, the number of coins that have been preserved in pristine condition is limited, particularly those that have been professionally graded by institutions such as NGC or PCGS. Third, collector demand has been steadily rising, especially after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II in 2022. Collectors worldwide began securing coins bearing her likeness, especially from the final years of her reign. The 2013 5-pence, being part of her legacy, gained attention for its clean design, classic portrait, and collectible potential. So what is this coin worth in today's market, in 2025? Let's break it down. As of mid-2025, here's the approximate market value for the 2013 no mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 5-pence coin based on condition, circulated condition, around 10 to 20 pence, mostly face value, extremely fine, EF between £1 and £2. About uncirculated, AU roughly £3 to £5. Uncirculated or mint state, MS £7 to £15 depending on grading. Proof version, if part of a set can reach £20 or more, especially with original packaging and certificates. Keep in mind, these prices vary depending on demand, grading, certification, and the platform on which the coin is sold. Coins sold at reputable auctions often fetch higher prices than those listed on general resale platforms. If you're a coin collector or just getting started, here are a few tips. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Store them in acid-free holders or albums. And if you believe you have a particularly high-grade coin, consider sending it for professional grading. That's often the key to unlocking its true market potential. The 2013 Queen Elizabeth II 5 pence coin might not seem special at first glance, but for collectors, it's a piece of modern British history. Its value might not make you rich overnight, but in the world of numismatics, it's all about passion, knowledge, and sometimes, discovering hidden gems in the most unexpected places. The 2014 No Mint Mark Queen Elizabeth II 5 pence coin. In this comprehensive episode, we will take you through the history of the British 5 pence coin, uncover the unique characteristics of the 2014 version, examine why it has garnered so much attention from collectors, analyze its rarity and current demand, and most importantly, we will discuss its potential market value in 2025. So, whether you are a seasoned collector, a casual enthusiast, or someone who just found an odd coin in their wallet, this is a video you do not want to miss. The British 5 pence coin has a rich and evolving history. Introduced in 1968 as part of the decimalisation of British currency, the 5 pence coin was originally minted to replace the old shilling, which had a similar size and value. Over time, the coin underwent several transformations, both in design and in size. By 1990, the Royal Mint reduced the size of the 5 pence coin to its current smaller version in order to reflect modern minting standards and to reduce production costs. This newer coin weighs 3.25 grams and has a diameter of 18 millimeters. It is made of a copper-nickel alloy and features a milled edge. From 2008 onward, the reverse of the coin features a segment of the Royal Shield of Arms, a design created by Matthew Dent. When all denominations from 1 penny through to 50 pence are arranged together, they form a complete image of the shield. The obverse of the coin from 1998 to 2015 featured the fourth official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank-Broadley, characterized by the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, followed by the year of issue. Spotlight on the 2014 No Mint Mark 5 pence. Now let us focus on the coin in question. The 2014 Queen Elizabeth 5 pence coin without a mint mark. At first glance, this coin appears completely standard. But for keen-eyed collectors, the lack of a visible mint mark, especially in coins that should theoretically have one based on minting records or in limited trial strikes, can significantly affect its numismatic value. In most years, coins minted for general circulation by the Royal Mint do not display a mint mark. However, for coins struck at specific facilities or under particular conditions, such as proof coins, collector sets, or experimental pieces, mint marks or distinguishing features might be added. The 2014 No Mint Mark 5 pence coin has gained intrigue because of two primary factors: its apparent deviation from standard mintage reports and its presence in secondary markets at prices well above face value. Why is it considered rare? While 2014 was not considered a low mintage year for 5 pence coins, rumors and confirmations from certain numismatic forums suggest that a small batch of error coins or trial strikes was released without authorization or by mistake. These coins allegedly lack distinguishing features that should be present, including precise die alignment, certain micro-engraving details, or variations in the milling of the edge. No official Royal Mint statement has confirmed these coins as intentional errors or limited releases. However, the market operates largely on perception, collector interest, and recorded sale history. Multiple examples of this coin, featuring either unusual blanks, slightly misaligned inscriptions, or the absence of expected identifying marks, have fetched notable premiums at auctions and private sales. Moreover, the increasing interest in modern-era coins and transitional designs from the late Queen Elizabeth era, especially following her passing in 2022, has further elevated the profile of such pieces. Notable sales and market performance from 2018 to 2022, several 2014 5-pence coins, described as no mint mark or error variants, sold on online marketplaces for between 10 and 30 British pounds, significantly higher than their face value. Since 2023, with growing awareness of Queen Elizabeth commemoratives and a rise in digital numismatic catalogues, some specimens have reached sale prices of £50 to £100, particularly those in uncirculated or proof-like condition. In 2024, a verified specimen graded by a leading coin grading agency sold at a regional auction house for £140, signaling that the market was beginning to take this coin seriously. The value appears to be linked to both scarcity and growing nostalgia surrounding Queen Elizabeth's long reign. Current market value in 2025. As of 2025, the market value of the 2014 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth 5-pence coin has continued to rise, especially for verified, high-grade examples. In collector-to-collector private sales, values can range from £30 to £60 for circulated specimens, and upwards of £150 for coins graded MS65 or higher. Auction houses specializing in British decimal coinage have recorded consistent interest from both UK and international bidders, with certain lots going for as much as £200 when accompanied by provenance or expert verification. However, it is important to note that this value is not universal across all coins bearing the 2014 date. Only those that exhibit unique features, such as the absence of expected microdetails, perfect minting condition, or confirmed die errors, carry this elevated valuation. The vast majority of regular 2014 5-pence coins remain at or just slightly above face value. Authentication and collector advice: if you believe you own a 2014 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth 5-pence coin, here are a few professional steps to take. First, inspect the coin under magnification. Look for alignment inconsistencies, missing micro-engraving, or unusual edge milling. Second, consult an experienced numismatist or reputable coin dealer. Many errors or varieties can only be confirmed by professionals who know exactly what to look for. Third, consider submitting the coin for grading and authentication. Services such as NGC or PCGS can provide a certified grade, encapsulation, and an official error or variant designation, which significantly increases the coin's desirability and resale value. Finally, stay updated on auction results, numismatic forums, and online coin catalogs. Market trends fluctuate, and what is considered obscure today might become highly sought after tomorrow. The 2014 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 5-pence coin is a perfect example of how modern coinage continues to evolve in collector appeal. While it may have started as a humble coin in everyday circulation, the combination of minting anomalies, historical context, and collector speculation has elevated its profile dramatically. As we move further away from the era of Queen Elizabeth II and deeper into the reign of King Charles III, coins from her reign, especially those with unique traits, are bound to gain both sentimental and monetary value. So, check your change, inspect your collections, and do not overlook the power of modern small denomination coins. Sometimes, it is not the face value that matters, but the story, the rarity, and the passion behind the piece. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, be sure to give it a like, subscribe for more in-depth numismatic content, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Until next time, happy collecting.